Hello, you guys. Happy BOGO Day 1. I am scheduled to teach the Essential Oil 101 class tonight at 8 p.m., but I am an early riser, and with BOGOs, I kind of go the extra mile up at 5 a.m., lots of adrenaline all day, and I'm not going to make it to 5. I'm sorry. So I'm recording this 101 class for you, and it'll be BOGO focused. And you, my friend, are more than welcome to watch it tonight at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. What suits you? I will be in bed and getting ready for tomorrow. As a wellness advocate, it's important that I put my wellness first. So I will do that tonight. And I'm going to share with you some information about these incredible BOGOs. And this class is really for anybody who is new to oils, wanting to learn more. Maybe you have oils and you really haven't dove in as deep as you'd like to. And for anybody who is already in oils, like the more we are exposed to the information, the more fluent we become, the better our intuition becomes with our own health and wellness. So I'm going to share my screen and walk you through essential oils made easy, BOGO style. Let's get started. Oh, let me also, another order of business here. My background, it's not like as cute as it normally is. I appreciate you accepting it because that's what I'm doing. We are in the middle of transitioning from this being my office to this being an office slash guest room. So we got a lot going on. We're just in like a transition phase. So bear with me. I tried to put a Zoom filter on to cover it up, but it was more distracting than the true real life background. So enjoy my sloppy background. Welcome to my life. All right, so I'm Elizabeth Crawford. If we've never met before, I'm an integrative nutrition health coach. I specialize in emotional eating psychology as well as essential oils. So let's get started. My intentions for this little session here today are to focus on you. I always, when I'm bringing information to somebody, I want them to have in their head a list of what they are seeking, better energy or more health in their body, because we are all so unique and individual and our needs are so very different that it's important to tune in and go, all right, what do I need? I'm going to go through and talk about 3 really cool things about oils, 3 ways to use them. I'm going to talk about those BOGOs all the way through, and then how to BOGO. How does one BOGO? Either a newbie or a member, and then our 3 different pathways here with Doterra. This is the point where I want you to get focused on you. What do you want to feel more of? What do you want to feel less of? Jot this stuff down or just kind of go through a list in your head of all the things that you wish for better health in, or the things where you've kind of hit a wall with traditional medicine and you know that there's something better out there and that this isn't it, that you want to feel better. And where in those areas, where are those areas in your body, in your mind? Real quick before we dive in, I always like to draw attention to the wellness pyramid. With Doterra and with anything that I do, I always go to, well, what is the root cause? This is called upstream thinking. Like, what up the stream is causing the downstream impact? The foundation of health is eating right. And then above that, we have exercise, and then resting and managing stress, then reducing toxic load. And above that, you have your healthcare resources, which is informed self-care and proactive medical care. But the bottom 4, those are lifestyle choices that can really, really impact your need for those healthcare resources. So when we focus on these lifestyle choices, we can really eliminate 80 to 90% of visits to the doctor, because most illness and disease or dis-ease, lack of ease, has a foundation in our everyday choices. So keeping that in mind as we walk through the rest of this presentation. The other thing I also just want to point out right here, because this hit me hard when I looked at this. When somebody asks you, how do you feel or how you're doing, what do we often tell them? Are we telling them something from this category? I'm tired, my neck hurts. Are we saying everything's fine? What are we saying? It's different than how we're truly feeling though, right? So I want you to just take a quick look, maybe even take a screenshot of this and ask yourself, which one of these areas am I functioning in on a daily basis? Am I in a disease state? Am I in a typical state? Or am I in an optimized state? We want to be in an optimized state as much as possible. And we can get there. We can. So, all right, 3 cool things about essential oils. If you have seen an essential oil 101 presentation before, some of this information is going to be familiar to you. But if you're new here, then this is really good stuff, right? Because sometimes you hear different stories that are going on social media, or your girlfriend might ask you. But the truth is that essential oils are safe. They have natural and safe benefits, no side effects, no toxicity or buildup in your system, no resistance, no addiction. Those are often things that we associate with traditional pharmaceuticals, but with essential oils, which are extracted from plants. So essentially, the oil is an extraction of the plant's immune system. And the plant and our bodies are carbon-based, which means we are made of carbon. And because of that, we're able to actually benefit from the essential oils immune system as the plant would benefit from the immune system. So you can think of the different types of traits that plants would have to have depending on their geographical location or what type of predators are in the area. They might need to have antimicrobial, antifungal, antioxidant properties, anti-inflammatory properties. These properties help the plant to stay alive. And when that product is extracted from the plant and we use it on or in or around our body, we can also have the same benefits. So super, super safe. Also with this brand of essential oils, they are CPTG or certified pure tested grade. It's the highest standard of essential oils in the industry. And we are making strides to having all of our essential oils be considered pharmaceutical grade. The first step in that was having our lavender essential oil go through the testing and create the standards for that testing. And we have that already. It is just the tip of the iceberg. Doterra really is spearheading this movement to bring essential oils into the respect and into the medical community. So it's just an amazing product to be a part of and to be able to offer to my clients and help people with. So yes, they are safe. Peppermint, for example, is very energizing, promotes clear breathing. It can cool the body. It's an analgesic, so it'll reduce your temperature. It's great for hot flashes if that is something that you suffer with, or if you have littles who maybe are coming home with a cold from preschool or elementary school, and they have a fever on and off. Peppermint on the balls of their feet will help to reduce that. And what's great about peppermint is, like I said, there's no buildup in the system. There's no toxicity, no toxic level with it. So you're not going to have the issues that we see around Tylenol, where you can only have a certain dose within a certain period of time, regardless of the results. So we can use peppermint until you see results. And I love this example down here. Rose essential oil is just this beautiful, beautiful oil that we have. And to make just a 5 milliliter bottle, which is the smaller version of our oils, this guy, you need 10,000 rose blossoms. Can you even just visualize that for a second? Like the volume of plant matter that goes into that product. We also have it in a touch roller bottle, which is my favorite way to use it because it's diluted and then I'm not wasting it. And it's actually part of our BOGO promos this week. So more on that in just a minute. But these oils are incredibly potent. If you haven't experienced peppermint essential oil, I strongly encourage you to reach out to the person who invited you to learn about oils and do the peppermint experience. One drop is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. And when you inhale it off of your hands, you feel it in like every cell of your body. I'm not kidding. So just dive in, you guys, if you're new here. Effective. The essential oils are super, super effective. So they get down to that root cause. This is one of the things that really drew me in with essential oils. When you go to the doctor and you have a scratchy throat, maybe you're nauseous, maybe you have a fever, you have body aches, you know, you're not feeling well, you've got respiratory symptoms. The doctor often tells you, I'm sorry, I can't give you antibiotics. It's a virus. It's just going to have to run its course. Well, essential oils are where you can take back some control of that conversation because the makeup of an essential oil, the chemical compounds or constituents of an essential oil are so tiny, so microscopic that they're actually able to pass through the barrier of a cell. So a cell, which you can see here, is surrounded in a barrier that's made out of lipids or fats. And when you consume or apply or inhale an essential oil that has antiviral properties, it can pass through that barrier into the cell, which is where the virus resides. You know, a virus doesn't hang out here like a bacteria would. This is bacteria. That's why bacteria is so much easier to manage with medication because it's not intercellular. It is just hanging out on the outside and it can be killed because it's biological and flushed out of your system. A virus is very different. It's actually not biological. It is not something that you can kill, but you have to keep it from duplicating. So it gets into your cell. This is where your DNA is made and reproduced, and it works its way into your DNA. And then as your cells are reproducing, that information, the information of the virus gets reproduced and passed on to the next cell and the next cell and the next cell. So to take care of a virus, we can't kill it. We have to stop it from doing that. just stop it. So the essential oil can pass into the cell and stop the reproduction, which is what we need to happen. And then that cell that does have the bad DNA with the virus is killed over time because cells have a short lifespan. And it then gets excreted from the body. So virus versus bacteria, very different. Essential oils have antiviral and antibacterial properties though. So depending on what you have going on, you would choose the oil to help you with the health concern that you have. That's a lot of information. I just love sharing this stuff though. So apologies if it's too much. Onguard is an essential oil that is awesome anytime we are sick in this house, or even like if there's a threat of being sick. Onguard helps the body to boost its immune system and it flushes out bacteria and viruses. So it kind of works on both fronts. It builds up that immune system, so your defense mechanism, and then it kills off the germs that have already entered your body. So you've got both activities happening. So you're working on both fronts of the war. All right, so the third cool thing about essential oils is that they are affordable. Sometimes when we look at the initial cost of a single bottle, we are like, holy crow, but I want to break it down for you. So lavender essential oil is so multifaceted. It's actually similar to peppermint because it comes from the same family. It's able to help with pain. It's also able to help with all things calming emotionally, all things calming on the skin. So you're looking at, it will support with rashes and eczema and healing wounds. It'll also help with preparing for bedtime and getting the mind to calm down and shut down so that you have a restful sleep. It's great for the kiddos. It is an all around kind of jack of all trades essential oil. And when you use it, you only need 1 drop at a time. It's so incredibly potent. Like how we talked about the rose and the peppermint essential oil. It's so potent. And it's only 8 cents a drop. Now, if you were to use something for all those things I just mentioned and allergies, sorry, I forgot allergies, because it's an antihistamine, you would have to buy a separate product for each one of those health concerns. And that cost really, really adds up. So if you're looking at a lavender bottle, which is $23, and also part of our BOGO promos this week, it's available today, the buy one, get one. I'll talk more about that. It's just super, super versatile, and very, very affordable when you look at it from that standpoint. You can use it for sleep, for adults and children. This is an awesome oil for applying to any sort of sunburn or burn in general. I keep it in the kitchen, or at least know where it is when I'm cooking, so that if I do singe my hand on something, it helps to take the pain away like that, like nothing else. Or if you've ever burnt your forehead curling your hair, I'm aging myself because I don't know if anybody lived through the 80s and 90s. You know, we curled our hair and we made like this big tidal wave out of our bangs. That's why I pointed to here, because I can remember burning my forehead like time and time again as a kid. Or even with a straightener. If you've ever burnt yourself, it's like this searing, hot, awful pain, and lavender, just a drop of lavender takes it away like that. It's pretty unbelievable, but give it a chance next time you burn yourself, or even just sunburns. So yeah. So those are the 3 cool things about essential oils. They're safe, they're affordable, they're effective. Now I'm going to move into the different ways we use them. And as we're walking through the 3 different ways to use oils, I'm going to point out the individual buy one oils for the week. So to start off, we're going to talk about aromatic use. Aromatic use can be as simple as breathing oils off your hand, putting oils on the tips of your hair so that it diffuses around you throughout the day, or adding a couple drops to your pillow. Super simple, not high tech at all. Now you can step it up from there and add essential oils to a diffuser. All 3 of these diffusers here are, they're a water base. So you add 3 ounces of water to a chamber inside, and then you add your oils as you like. You can mix and match different oils together. You can figure out what scents and aromas you really like, and really choose an oil to choose your mood. Because when you use oils aromatically, they are registered by the part of your brain that also manages memory and emotions. So you can trigger a happy emotion. You can trigger happy memories just by inhaling a certain smell. You know, if you ever walk by a certain plant like lilacs, and it just takes you right back to maybe your grandmother's backyard. Or, you know, coming up, we have Thanksgiving, when you walk into your parents' home or your friend's home and you smell that turkey, you smell that pumpkin pie, and you smell those cranberries, like it's going to trigger, hopefully, happy memories of family. Or maybe even missing people who aren't there. But you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as you smell an aroma, it takes you someplace. It's so, so powerful. So essential oils do that, as well as when you're diffusing them, all that antimicrobial, antiviral, antibacterial, all those properties are incorporated into your environment in a cool air mist. And it helps to cut down on sickness in the home, boost the immune system, open the airways, all the things. So this is a really fun way to use essential oils. this will replace all your candles. And if you haven't stopped using candles, I would highly recommend it, unless you're being very mindful about where they're coming from. You want to just make sure you're not getting the super deep discount candles at the dollar store, or even some of the scented ones that are regular, just like Target. You don't really know what's in those candles. So if you don't have like somebody to go to get homemade candles, then I would recommend swapping the whole idea of candles out altogether with these awesome diffusers. They do light up, so they do add ambiance to your environment. And then what I like is during the winter months, you can really bring the outdoors in. You can use different essential oils that are woodsy, or grass oils, or herbs, so that you kind of have like a little bit of a sanctuary in your home. And that is speaking directly to people who live in the Northeast, or if you have a very cool and snowy winter, you know what I'm talking about. You feel shut in at some point. So these are some oils you can use aromatically: wild orange, uplifting, breathe, opens up your airways, helps with allergies, stuffed sinuses, congestion. Also great for the emotion of grief, or like if you have a heavy emotion on your chest, it opens up your heart. Okay, so now we're getting into some of the oils that are in the BOGO box and are available as BOGO promotions this week. So Onguard Essential Oil, we already touched on it a little bit. This is a fan favorite. It is in everyone's home that I know, and it supports the body when there are threats. It helps protect the body from threats. So it's something you want to be using regularly, or when you think you have a little bit of something going on, maybe you feel run down or a scratchy throat. I'll put this in my diffuser right next to my bed and inhale the mist all night long and wake up feeling like a new person. Awesome benefits to using this oil. It does have some citruses in it, so it's going to be very naturally detoxifying, and that is really supportive for the body when we have some sort of a threat going on. Also, it has clove in it. Clove is the strongest antioxidant on the planet, and it supports the body so that it can do what it does best, which is heal itself. Your body needs to be strong against the oxidation process, so that every cell in your body, every organ in your body isn't fighting that other fight, which is the fight of oxidation. So if we can reduce the oxidation, then your body can do what it just naturally does, which is try to bring everything back to balance or homeostasis. I take this internally, and like I said, I like to diffuse it. Also, if I'm really feeling something's coming on, or I'm paranoid that like I have a busy week ahead and I'm going to be out and about a lot, I will use Onguard on the balls of my feet pretty religiously. But this is the aromatic section, so yes, we want to diffuse this oil. Lavender, another great oil to diffuse for emotional support, for relaxation, for meditation. This is an oil that I kind of was standoffish with in the beginning, because I just thought that old school lavender that I remembered from being a kid was that synthetic version of lavender. When you're using the real thing, it's a totally different ball of wax. I use this on my pillow almost every single night and in the diffuser. I've really gotten into the habit of using lavender pretty religiously, and it just helps with calming and relaxing to get ready for a good night's sleep. Aside from aromatic use, it's awesome in the tub. You can do like a 1/4 cup of Epsom salts and baking soda and 4 or 5 drops of lavender, shake that up and put it in the bath water. Great for kids, great for adults. It also, as I mentioned before, supports a little bit of anti-inflammatory, because it's in the same family as peppermint. And then when you're reducing inflammation, you're also getting those aromatic benefits that are calming and relaxing. It's great for eczema, sleep, all the things. And this is an oil that is a strong antihistamine too. So if you do suffer from allergies, this is a great oil to have in the house, along with lavender and peppermint. Arborvitae or arborvitae or arborvitae, I don't know. There's lots of different ways you could say it. And I'm not 100% sure. I think phonetically it's arborvitae. But this is the tree of life. And you can kind of see it in the word there. Arbor meaning tree, vitae meaning life. This is a really great essential oil for cleaning. So while I do have this in the diffuser or the aromatic section of the class, it's also great for adding into your DIY cleaning products. So if you use um, like vinegar and water to clean the house with some essential oils, this would be a really great add-in. It's also an oil that's in the abode blend, and it gives the abode blend like a really unique, warming, grounding kind of feel to it. I'm actually diffusing this with lavender because the theme here is better together. So lavender and arbor vitae together in the diffuser, and I'm really, really enjoying that. But it's a tree oil, so it's going to give you that grounding and balancing. It's actually a natural bug repellent as well, and it smells better than any bug spray that you can find out there. So yeah, this is another really, really great one. And this is part of today's buy one, get one. So today, if you weren't doing the BOGO box or an enrollment kit today, and you wanted to just get the BOGO, today's BOGO is buy lavender for $23 and get the Arbor Vitae for free. And I'll talk more about how you can get that going. Topical use is one of my favorite ways to use oils. One thing I always tell people is if you are not sure if you have sensitive skin, you want to dilute. Diluting with fractionated coconut oil is really, really smart. It helps to increase the potency and absorption of your essential oils. It stretches the value of your product. So when you're using a carrier oil, it spreads over a larger surface area of your body. So you're not having to use so much oil for that larger space. It's a carrier oil, so it literally carries the essential oil over your body. So a good example of when you might want to use this is with something like Deep Blue, when you want to give a massage to like a large body area, maybe your shoulder or your back or your thighs after a hard workout. One drop is it's called volatile, so it evaporates quite easily and quickly. The carrier oil weighs down the essential oils, so it's not evaporating into the air, and you're not losing those properties, those anti-inflammatory properties. So I'm going to mix with a little bit of carrier oil so that you can spread it over the area, and it absorbs quicker and more efficiently into your skin, into your bloodstream, and throughout your body. Digestion's another one that you can use with coconut oil. Not everybody uses it with coconut oil. You can use it neat, or meaning without dilution. And this is something you can apply to your belly when you have literally anything going on. If you're constipated, if you're bloated, diarrhea, indigestion, upset stomach, nausea, all the things, right? So you want to apply it in a clockwise motion onto your stomach with a little bit of carrier oil, or like I said, neat, but you just want to make sure if you have sensitive skin that you're using a carrier oil. A couple more things about topical use. It's important to dilute if you're working with the elderly or with small children. Again, just because the skin can be more sensitive for those populations, so you want to be careful. The other time you'd want to use coconut oil for dilution is if you're using a hot oil. So there are oils out there that are considered to be hot. Peppermint, even though it's a cool sensation, it's considered to be hot only because it gives a sensation. There is a tingling sensation. So peppermint, clove, oregano, Onguard, these are all things that are very, very potent, and they have like those spicy ingredients in them. Like you would expect clove to be kind of spicy, or cinnamon, things like that. They're gonna create a sensation on the skin. And while it doesn't do damage, it will be uncomfortable. So you want to make sure you're using a carrier oil to reduce that sensation. Um, and then avoiding citrus oils in the sun. You don't want to do that. Citrus oils increase photosensitivity. So you don't want to put them on and then go directly in the sun or go tanning, because it will, your skin will become very sensitive and burn. So those are the things you just want to make sure you're aware of when talking about topical use. Okay, adaptive. Now we're into the topical stuff. So this is a touch blend, which means that the adaptive blend is mixed with carrier oil, and it is in a convenient roller bottle so that you can apply it diluted to your skin. And again, the dilution helps to increase absorption, right? And effectiveness. So the adaptive blend has both citrus oils and floral oils in it that help to uplift you when you're feeling stressed or anxious. And then also the florals make you feel loved and comforted. This is great for anybody suffering with anxiety, any sort of stress in your life. Not that any of us have stress in our lives, right? Um, what I like about the touch blend is you can really use it as like a perfume. And then you are always, when you're applying this, it smells incredible. And then you're always tapping into those self-care resources that are helping to support your body, to support your mind. Whereas if you were to use this, or if you were to use perfume instead, that is fragrance and chemicals, which is just a mixture of different things that create a toxic load in your body. So when you're swapping out your perfumes for something natural like this, not only does it smell incredible, but you have this amazing impact on your mind and on your body's overall physical health. So I love adaptive. Um, you can roll it on your hands, rub it into the tips of your hair. You can put it on your perfume points. So wrists, elbow, behind the ears, maybe chest. And you want to use it when you're feeling triggered, when you're feeling stressed, or just have it handy in your purse. It's a great to-go oil to just have with you all the time. All right, so rose, as I mentioned earlier, remember I said 10,000 rose heads, what are they called? Roses, the petals of 10,000 roses create a 5 milliliter bottle of essential oil. That's just mind blowing to me. So this is Rose Touch. It is diluted with fractionated coconut oil, which again just means that it is protecting you from overusing rose oil. If you were to purchase the 5 milliliter bottle, it is $275. And honestly, I would rather have it diluted so that I'm not overusing the product. This is, when I get Rose Touch in my hands, I can't stop using it. I go through it so quickly. So it's a real treat when I do have it. And I'm so excited to get the BOGOs this week because of the Rose Touch. Now, I personally love to use it on my skin. I just use it as my moisturizer after I do my daily regimen of cleansing and then toner. I like to use it under my eyes. It's so incredibly soothing, but it has a lot of properties in it, such as antibacterial properties. You know, this is an oil that is very supportive against superbugs. And I will just leave it at that. You can do some research on it. This is a super, super powerful oil. It is called the Queen of Oils, you know, right there next to the King of Oils, frankincense, for a reason. It's so indulgent and it smells incredible. This is another oil that originally rose, like the scent of rose, I had associated with just like older smells, like musty, kind of over fragranced, perfumey smells. And this is not like that because it comes directly from these plants and it has no adulteration whatsoever. And that is the standard of the CPTG standard. It smells so fresh, like fresh cut roses, and it's delightful. but also very, very powerful. Great for the skin here. This is called the décolletage, I think. I don't know, I'm probably saying it wrong. But this is where we start showing our age the soonest or the earliest. And you can apply rose oil here and massage upward with a gua sha stone or just with your hands. But it's just awesome oil. Okay, I want to just slip this in here, a reflexology chart. So when you're using oils topically, you can use them in a localized area. So like in the example of lavender, if you have a burn or a rash or eczema, you know where you're going to put that oil, right? But let's say you have indigestion and you really don't want Digest Zen or peppermint on your belly because it'll be very fragrant. Like maybe you have to go to work and you don't want to smell like that all day. Something you can do is apply that oil to your feet and using these reflexology points as a guide. So just to give you an example here, we're looking at the large intestine here, and then you have your small intestine inside. So this would be an area for any sort of indigestion, constipation, gas, bloating. You'd want to apply it here, put your socks back on, put your boots on, and then nobody has to smell it. And this is mind blowing, you guys, because it really works. I've experienced this personally when I didn't have any other options. I had to put it on the balls of my feet, and I was so shocked that I had results with it. And it was Copaiba oil that I had used for indigestion while I was traveling once. And it was so incredible. And now I use it like that all the time. So like anytime, like for example, I had kidney stones this summer, I would apply juniper berry to the kidneys here. When I have had a couple eye infections a couple summers back, I was applying things like Onguard and tea tree oil to the toes that are associated with the eyes, right here in this area. So there's a lot that you can do from just a reflexology standpoint. All right. This is supposed to be another section, internal. I think doesn't matter. You can use Copaiba all the ways. Copaiba is a oil that comes from the cannabinoid family, which is the same family that CBD comes from. So it does have some crossover in its effectiveness and how it's used, but it is very different. So it works on different receptors than the CBD oil does. So it's never going to give you like a heady kind of high or anything like that. It works on receptors that are found in the stomach and in the muscles, in the nervous system. So it's kind of one of these jack of all trades kind of oils. I always kind of refer to it as like the poor man's frankincense because it does so much and it's not as expensive as frankincense. So I love to use this oil. I love to use it topically and internally and even aromatically. Internally, I use it for pain. It's a very, very effective anti-inflammatory. I like to mix it with the turmeric dual caps, or the deep blue polyphenols, or DDR prime. Those are the oils that I like to go to for pain. And it's really, really supportive for, just for example, I get really bad period cramps. So it's very, very effective with that. But Copaiba is a super great support with anxiety too. So this is a oil that you can pair with adaptive for an amplified effect. That's actually why I like to call this the poor man's frankincense, because it works like an amplifier too. So it does all the things, and then also it amplifies the other oils. So it has so many incredible products, but it's great for the nervous system. It's even good for clearing up your skin. So I love this one. And let's talk internal real quick. So internal use, this is how I use my oils most of all. I am always taking my oils internally, as well as my lifelong vitality supplements, which are full of essential oils. When you take oils internally, it helps to detox the body. It helps to boost the immune system. And It also helps with just clarity in general. So detoxing your mind, your thoughts, your body, all of the things. Couple ways you can use oils internally is either in a veggie cap, so you can get vegetable cellulose capsules, which are right from doTERRA, and you mix up your own potions and you take it internally. I love doing that. We also have pre-made veggie caps and soft gels available in different essential oils. One of it, which is turmeric. Um, we also have adaptive for internal use, serenity for internal use, Copaiba for internal use, Digestion for internal use. So there's so many options. Um, so couple ways, veggie cap, soft gels. You can also um, add oils to your drinking water or warm water to create your own kind of like DIY tea. Um, Safety tips, you just want to make sure you're not using anything synthetic like styrofoam or plastic, because citrus oils, while they are very detoxifying, they pull toxins out of your body. They'll also pull toxins out of plastic. And if you were to just put like 1 drop of lemon essential oil on a styrofoam takeout container, it will burrow a hole right through it. So it's very gentle and effective for detoxifying the body because it can identify between um, tissue, like human tissue, biological tissue, and styrofoam. So it's not going to burrow a hole through biological tissue. It's just for synthetics. So you want to be aware of that and only use glass, stainless steel, or ceramic. And yeah, I mean, I love using frankincense internally. I also like to use Copaiba internally, just a couple drops under my tongue, let it absorb sublingually, or like it just means under the tongue. And then wash it down with some water. And then if you haven't heard of this before, this is a great takeaway. Something you can use whenever you feel a tickle in your throat or you're feeling run down is the flu balm, but it's basically FLOOT, frankincense, lemon, oregano, Onguard, and tea tree. 2 drops of everything but lemon. You want to do 4 of lemon, and then you would take that every couple hours when you're feeling symptoms, and that will flush out any sort of bacteria or virus and reduce the amount of time you're sick significantly. All right, so turmeric dual caps are incredible. Dual caps, this is something that you might be familiar with our probiotic. Our PB Assist is also a dual chamber capsule. And basically what that means is there's a capsule within a capsule. In this case, there is the herbal supplement of turmeric inside the essential oil turmeric. So what we found is that when we marry those two together, the actual herbal matter and the essential oil that's been extracted, when we marry those two things back together, the results are amplified. So with just regular herbal turmeric, the powder, you will probably remember having heard that you have to take it with black pepper because it amplifies the absorption, kind of like how vitamin D and calcium are cofactors that are necessary so that they can absorb into the body. Turmeric has been advertised as such so that you have to take it with black pepper so that it absorbs into your body. Now, we found that that's not true when you're using the oil and the actual dry part of the plant together. So they amplify each other and you have stronger results than just if you were to use the dried version of it. So turmeric is anti-inflammatory. It is awesome for pain and inflammation. So if you're dealing with any sort of arthritis or injury, this is where it's at. Just aches and pains in the body in general, they'll be really supportive for that. I do like to take Copaiba with this. The two of them together are incredible. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but Copaiba is also an anti-inflammatory, and it does have that amplifying ability. So it amplifies, it turns up the volume on that turmeric. Super strong antioxidant also. So again, going back to if your body's not fighting the oxidation process, which is basically what happens when your body's exposed to oxygen. So it's happening all the time. Antioxidants help your body to manage that fight better so that it's not getting exhausted and unable to function when you are faced with any sort of disease. So anti-inflammatory, anti-free radical, it's really, really supportive. All right, you guys, so those are the oils that we know in our BOGO box. So let me tell you how this works a little bit. So if you're new here, BOGOs is something we do a couple times a year. November BOGOs are really, really special. The pairings that they put together are just incredible. There are a lot of the staples that we all like to have in our home, so it's a great time to stock up. And what happens is every day during BOGO week, there is a new buy one, get one free offer that lasts for only 24 hours. So today is day one of BOGO week, and we get the BOGO box. So what they're offering here is all the buy one oils. So we get to know all the buy one oils. We don't get to know all the get one oils. So we know these guys. And today was day one. So today is buy lavender for $23 and get the Arbor Vitae for free. So that's today's BOGO, but you also get the option to purchase the BOGO box. And the BOGO box, my pricing got squished over here, is $179. And it's super special because not only does it come with the oils that we've talked about already, but you do get an additional 6 essential oils. Sorry, we did talk about Arbor Vitae. So Arbor Vitae comes with these, we know that one. And then we have an additional 5. So you're gonna get a total of 12 essential oils with this BOGO box. And the Adaptive Touch is exclusive only to the box. So there's not gonna be a buy adaptive, get something free later this week. It's only in this box. So you're getting tons and tons of freebies. This is 12 essential oils, 12 powerhouse essential oils for the cost of 5. So really, really cool stuff. If you are a member, add this to your LRP to make sure that you're getting all the points. So depending on where you are in your percentages, you can earn anywhere from 18.2 points to 54.6 points. So points are essentially dollars. When you order in your loyalty rewards program, you get these awesome kickbacks, and one of which is the points. So order in your LRP. It's the smartest thing you can do. If you're already a member and you're not on LRP, but you want this box, order it in LRP, because you're just going to get all these incredible points back, including shipping points. So anything that you spend on the cost of shipping, anywhere from $3.99 to like almost $30, I think, you get that all back in points as well. So it's essentially free shipping. So smartest way to buy if you're a member is LRP. Now, if you are new here, then this box comes with a free membership. So that's pretty cool. And if you opt to do the box as a new member, you get the membership for free, and you also will get a free Breathe Touch. So you want to reach out to the person who introduced you to oils, who brought you here to this video, and ask them how you can get a free Breathe Touch as well. But this is really awesome, you guys. This is epic. Like, these oils are really the oils that you want to have. They're not like some obscure oils that you won't know what to do with. These are super multifunctional oils for everyday life. All right. If you don't want the BOGO box, but you do want to get started, I would recommend getting started with this kit. This is actually the kit that I started with way back when. And you can add on today's BOGO for additional freebies. And then you will also get that Breathe Touch. So anybody who's ordering a starter kit that's over 100 PV, you're going to get that Breathe Touch for free. So reach out, you guys. This is an incredible time to get started. Breathe benefits. It helps to minimize seasonal threats. So read between the lines there. Those are allergies. It promotes a restful sleep. It helps with discomfort in your chest or congestion, opens up your airways. It's just an amazing oil. You can apply it over your chest, and you can also use that reflexology chart that I shared with you. All right, so if you are already a member, you want to take a little snapshot here. You can order an LRP or as a one-time order, but like I said, the benefits are with ordering as LRP because you're getting your percentage back and points to use next month. That's more free products as well as all your shipping points. A little thing to know here too is that when you order an LRP, after that order ships, they're going to replace your order with an Aromatouch Kit. So Aromatouch is something that we could do a whole entire class on, but basically what it is a technique of applying essential oils so that you bring your body back to balance and homeostasis. It helps to support the nervous system. So again, going back to giving the body what it needs so that it can function, so that it can do what it does best. The Aromatouch Kit is really incredible, but that's a tangent. We can talk about that another time, but I just wanted to let you know that after your LRP order ships, because it is just like a one-time product, they're gonna swap it in with a permanent product. So if you needed to edit that, or if you'd like to try the Aromatouch Kit, then you know that that's happening. You want to, when you order an LRP, you're going to want to click proceed now versus proceed on the set date that you chose for your LRP. You always have that option. You can always log in, go to your LRP template and edit it and hit process now. That is always an option. You do not have to wait until the date that you chose. Let's see. Oh yeah, pay attention to max quantity. For these BOGOs so far, you can have 3 per account. And if it's something that you use a lot of throughout the year, then max that baby out. Lavender is something that I use regularly, so it's not a bad idea to just stock up on it now while you're getting the freebie. So I think that is not it. This is also very important. So there are 3 different pathways with Doterra. Everybody fits in to one of these 3 different pathways. So users, you see right here, I have the words user. The user is somebody who's literally just using essential oils for themselves and for their household. It impacts you and your immediate family. And you're living the wellness lifestyle. You're getting healthy. That is a user. A sharer is somebody who does all that, but cannot keep their mouths shut about all these incredible benefits. And they're sharing knowledge and maybe even samples with their colleagues and friends. And in doing that, they might even set up some 101 classes or connect those people back to the person that invited them to essential oils. So to their wellness advocate. A sharer can get compensated for that work in oils or even in cash. And then there's builders. So a builder is somebody who does what I do. I educate people about the lifestyle that I'm living, and my mission is to share this lifestyle alternative with as many people as possible. And that means sharing with, yes, my immediate family, my immediate friends and coworkers, but also beyond that. And I'm reaching out into different networks. I'm talking with massage therapists. I'm talking with doctors and chiropractors. And I'm really going out there and spreading the word. And this is what a builder does. I'm an educator who leads people to the source of this incredible healthy lifestyle. So those are the three pathways: user, sharer, builder. And give that some thought and reach out again to that person who introduced you to oils and let them know where your heart's at. Don't be surprised if they ask at some point, because I could never know unless I asked. I cannot make that assumption for you. I cannot assume that you just want to be a user when in your heart you might want to be doing more. And in doing so, replacing your income or just getting your oils paid for. I can't make that choice for you. And I also cannot lead you to the information so that you can do that for yourself without knowing. So we want to be able to reach you where you are. So are you a user? Are you a sharer? Or are you a builder? All right, now I think that officially is the end of my presentation. I hope it was informative for you, and I am super pumped about BOGOs this week. We are so blessed to have so much goodness coming at us in the month of November. So take advantage of it and reach out to your favorite wellness advocate or the person who introduced you to oils with any questions. And if you're a newbie, for sure get started, because that BOGO box will sell out. And the opportunity will not be there for the whole week. So the sooner the better if you're taking advantage of that. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. And I hope you're able to watch this at your convenience. I appreciate you, and I wish you well. Take care.